Hey friends, welcome back to Rocky Mountain Homestead. In this video, you're going to see me kind of just trying to piece my house back together again. I don't know about you guys, but something about having longer days and more daylight. I feel like all of our time just goes more outdoors, into things outdoors and enjoying the nicer weather, getting things done outside instead of being in the house. And I don't know about you guys, but my house is, you can totally tell that I am not spending as much time in it cleaning as I should be. And I've just been prioritizing things a whole lot differently with the nice weather. So what I'm doing is just trying to piece my house back together. We decided about a week ago to book a trip to take the fifth wheel out and go to Nebraska. We usually go every year for the 4th of July to Ogallala, and we go to Lake McConaughey. We weren't going to this year just because of the amount of work on our plates, and like Mike had to kind of tweak the irrigation. He still had to get the bubblers on and hadn't done that. Like, there were so many different things that we needed to wrap up. And we're just like, you know what? We have burned both ends, both of us, just going and never taking a break. So we decided, you know what? We need something that's going to force us to kind of just walk away from it all and just breathe a little bit and get some fresh air and sun and have time together with the kids. And sometimes you need things like that to just force you to do that and stop, because we don't take breaks. We don't watch TV. We don't do things a lot of people do. And we just go and then go to bed at the end of the day. And we're just both tired. So we decided last minute to get away for a couple days. And I'm just trying to piece my house back together right now. And that's kind of my main goal here in this video. I had like 3 videos I was going to do and put out, and I couldn't do it because I really had to focus on my housework, and I had to focus unpacking very last minute. So I'm like, you know what? We're just going to do a video, and we're going to show real life here, because this is my life sometimes. And sometimes I have lists every month of all these videos I want to do, and I could tell you maybe a 10th of them get done for the month. And the rest, I just keep rolling into the next month, and maybe one day I'll have time to make them. But here I am, just putting a quick salad together for a very late lunch, eating on the go. I went to put some spices away and realized this area has been neglected for a while. Nothing is where it should be. There's stuff everywhere, seasonings all over the shelf. So yeah, sometimes that happens, and you just go to put something away, and it's like, let me fix this while I'm here. So this I got a little sidetracked here, but I had to fix the cabinet. I'm moving canisters now. Now here's like squirrel. I'm opening cabinets. I'm like, that doesn't work anymore. So I moved all the big glass jars that I had from these kitchen cabinets and moved them down to the lower pantry shelves. I saw all these eggs here, and I'm like, I need to deal with this before I go. I've been putting them off the past couple days, got them all washed up. I got today's eggs delivered to somebody that's a local that buys from me every month. And then some of the eggs were like older and kind of bounced a little in the water. So I just cooked those up for the dogs and the chickens to feed it back to them. And that's what I did with the bouncing eggs, where they don't really sink, but they're not like top at the top of their prime. So those really good eggs are going to my freeze dryer. And then I'm just making my cleaner right here. This is my favorite granite cleaner. I have spent tons of money on high-end granite cleaners, and I still like my homemade one. So if you have not seen my video, I'll link it in the description box below. But I do have a video showing some of the everyday cleaners, not all of them, but some of my main staple cleaner recipes that I do every day for cleaners around my home. Do I make cleaners all the time? No, let's face it, not all of us has the time. There's a season for everything, and there are some seasons where I just go out and buy it because it's convenient, it's simple, and why add more if I don't have the time to do it to my plate? You got to pick and choose your battles. But right now I'm back into making them all the time, every day. And that is what I do. But best granite cleaner I have found yet. And then I'm just drying these eggs out quicker I don't have time for them to sit on the counter for days for the yolk to dry inside. So I am just popping these in the oven, 250 degrees, maybe like 10 minutes. I don't know. I don't time it. Sometimes I forget it and they're burned. But just trying to dry them out quicker to give back to my chickens for their calcium. And then I'm just getting these counters and kind of taking everything off the counters. My face looks really funny during this editing with me speeding this up. I think I did like ×3 to make it go quicker. And I'm just looking at some of the angles here like, I don't know. I don't know. I think I need to reposition my camera sometimes. But anyway, just getting behind everything and giving everything a really good scrub. And plus the pollen. Oh my gosh, all the pine trees across the street from us. We have so much pine pollen right now where I can clean the counters and like maybe 3 hours later go back and wipe them and they're green or yellow. We don't have air conditioning here, guys, at least not up here where we live. Hardly anybody has air conditioning. Like maybe 3 people I know total in the whole area have air conditioning, but we don't. So it's windows open. I got some onions dehydrated the other night. I actually got 2 batches done, thankfully. So I'm just getting these back up on the pantry shelf. They're done out of the dehydrator. I love having dehydrated onions ready to go on the shelf. And then this is a second round of pineapple chunks that I am getting out of my freeze dryer so I can defrost the machine and get these vacuum sealed and on the pantry shelf so I don't forget, because if I don't do this, I will, and they'll still be in my freeze dryer when we leave. So I absolutely love the freeze dried pineapple chunks. By the way, they're really good. I thought they'd be like bitter or a little sour. They're so good. They're so good. And my kids love them too. So it's going to be an awesome snack to throw into trail mix and other different treats. I actually looked back the other day at one of my first grocery hauls from my channel when I first started it to my most recent, and it's almost like day and night the things that I have been purchasing and the changes that I have been making, and I'm really happy about them. I'm going to share more on that in an upcoming video, but I am definitely making changes and I am excited to share those with you. I'm also going to be sharing a couple of recipes scattered here and there. I know not everybody's here for recipes and those are not my best performing videos, but I am going to be sprinkling in some more also into my channel here and there just to share with you guys some changes that we're making, some really good recipes, especially like if you have kids or picky eaters, some different ways that you can incorporate healthier meals into your weekly menu plan. So anyway, those will be coming up. I found a list, guys. I have had videos for like months I've wanted to do, and I keep rolling them over into the next month, into the next month. I just think I'm going to eventually get to them. And I have so many. I have so many videos that I'd like to do. So I'm really trying to just shut my mouth and not mention things unless I know for sure like I'm going to be filming it that week, because I can very easily forget or just not have the time and do something totally different and then it never comes to pass. And I don't want to do that. Like if I say something, I want to stick with that. But I do have some really good videos coming up. They're going to be sprinkled into the mix, but for all of you out there who have kids and larger families or more people to cook for and you think cooking healthier is complicating, I do have some really good recipes that I will be sharing with you guys. I still have to say, out of all the cleaners that I use, the Barkeeper's Friend Cream is still my absolute favorite for this sink, which I absolutely cannot stand, and our bathtubs, like the bathtub upstairs and my boys' bathtub. It just works really good, especially with all the cast iron that I cook with, because 99% of the time I'm cooking with cast iron, unless I'm like boiling water in a pot. And it scuffs these sinks so easily. I cannot stand the white, but I've got to say this is the only cleaner that I can find that actually works and gets all the scuff marks, all the hard water stains out of the sink. I have not been able to get to this stovetop for probably at least 2 days. We've just really been on the go. So I usually do have my own homemade recipe for degreaser, but I had some method degreaser that I found in my cleaning closet in the back that I needed to use up. So I just sprayed it down really well. It doesn't work as good as some other things that I've used. That's why it's still in the back of my cleaning closet, but just trying to use it up so nothing goes to waste. And then I just scrubbed it as best as I could. And then I used one of those little handheld multi-purpose like metal scrapers. You can find them at Ace Hardware. I absolutely love them. This is my probably number one favorite kitchen tool that I have because you can use it on glass, you can use it on granite, you can use it on basically any surface. You can use it like I use it on my dining table carefully, and my dining table's wood. I use it on the front of my fridge if something's really caked on. Anyway, it works phenomenal. And the kitchen is done. Yay! All right, you guys, it is day 2. I knew that was going to happen, but that's because everything was very last minute. So, got the laundry pretty much done and caught up with. I want to take you guys along. There's a video I bought all this stuff for back in May. This will tell you how busy I am. I actually have like 30 different videos I was supposed to do from May to June and got like 2 of them done. So anyway, I bought some materials to make a really cute 4th of July wreath. It's laughable because I'm like, oh yeah, who wants to make a 4th of July wreath in July? But we're going to do it anyway because you know what? That means everything's going to be on sale for Hobby Lobby. And I already got this stuff on sale back in May. I think it was like 40 or 50% off a lot of the floral decor. But I found this wreath online and it's really cute. It's really rustic. It's really summery and it's simple. And that's what I like most. So I actually don't have a 4th of July wreath. I haven't for a couple years. So I'm going to take you guys along and share with you how to make this, and also put the link in the description box if you want to click on that as well. All right, so I'm trying to angle you here and not smash my whole camera down. It's a weird angle to get, sorry. So what you're going to need for this is really inexpensive. These are only a couple bucks when they're not on sale, the grapevine wreaths. So I got this on sale, but like I said, they're probably like $4 or $5 at Hobby Lobby. Some type of burlap. You can get whatever color you like. I personally like the red and white plaid. And then you'll need some kind of floral wire. So you can use this, but I honestly thought that the grapevine wire would blend in a lot better with the grapevine wreath. And then I just got some miscellaneous things because I might make a totally different wreath. I just got some like little stars and a bell. I haven't decided, but for the wreath that I'm going to do first with you guys, you will need 2 cotton stems. So these are like $5.99 in floral. They're almost always on sale. You'll also need 2 red berry clusters. So I got those right here. And I bought extra in case I actually like this so much I wanted to make another for somebody. 2 small American flags. So these were only $2.99. They were actually on clearance. So these were $2.99, and they are just the 4x6 inch USA flags. And this is a pack of 4, so I only need 2 for this. And then, like I said, your hot glue gun you're going to need as well. So what you're going to do first is take your stems that you have here, and you can do anything. You could do like, I wanted to get them, but they didn't have them in stock, but like red, white, and blue hydrangeas. That would be a really pretty arrangement you can do on this too. My cats, like I said, I've had this since May, and I can tell my cats have gotten into these. So I'm just going to place one here and one here. So that is where I want mine placed. Now that I have them placed, I'm actually going to cut the packaging, and I probably should have done this. So this is literally a do it with me as I go type thing. And I have not made this wreath before, so I'm not even going to pretend to know what I'm doing or call it my own. This wreath is actually on a couple different places online, and I never really know who to give the credit to. So we're just going to roll with it. It's a tutorial for it. Like I said, I'll leave the link that I found. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the cotton stems around the wreath, and then secure them with the floral wire. And actually I found a really nice vine that I can go, or a vine, I don't know, stick, branch, that I can go into right there. And then I'm just going to tuck it in as well. There's a lot of different loose branches that you can secure these to so it kind of blends in. And then, like I said, I'm going to, I had to find my floral wire. It blended in, sorry. So I'm just going to cut a little bit. I don't really know how much I'm going to need, but we'll make it work. So I'm going to just go around the branches and kind of just, I know I can't really get a close up here, but it'll probably make sense to you because I'm not a very crafty person. I'm just going to be honest with you, but I like the idea of doing things like this myself. So I'm just taking you guys along. You can laugh at me if you want to. So I'm just going to secure it here. It's still really kind of flailing around here. I'm also going to secure it probably right here where it's flopping around the most. And just, if I can get it through. This is comical, you guys. This is comical. I am outside of my element. And I'm just going to wrap it in between these branches just to secure this stem so there's not a ton of movement. Once you have that wrapped around and secured in place, then what you're going to do is get your berry clusters. So I am going to untangle these and hopefully not undo everything I've already done. And what I'm going to do is just slip these into the grapevine ties that I already have here. It gives it a really nice pop of color in the, okay, so that's kind of what it's looking like right now. It's not exactly the way I was wanting it to go, but you can play around with it too. I'm scared if I do too much that these little cotton balls are going to just fall off and the whole thing will be ruined, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Okay, and I think this big cluster of the wire that I told you was showing because I kind of messed up a little bit with the grapevine floral wire. I'm going to somehow position these two right here where it's kind of going through, but you can't see it as much, but this is where I want my bow to go. So I am going to place these two kind of right here. Maybe, hold on. I'm gonna place these two flags right here, and then this is where the bulk of my ribbon is going to go. What's up, Joshy? Is this looking nice? Yeah. Oh, I hope so. Okay. And now once you have your flags in place, you're going to tie your bow. I don't know how to really make a bow, so I made one a long time ago with burlap for our Christmas tree, and it actually looks really nice, and I haven't touched it to this day. It's on the one that's up all year long in my living room, just because we live in a log home in the mountains, and people have Christmas trees year round. Not decorated with decorations, of course, but I can't really angle you, but I'm just going to wrap this to cover this up. Anyway, long story short, I have not unwrapped that bow since 2014, and I have no plans to because I don't know that I could do that again. I'm not a very crafty person. Okay, so I'm going to, at this point, I have a lot of interruptions, so I'm having to pause this a lot, sorry. I'm going to place this piece right here, and I'm just going to kind of fold it over like that. I'm now going to flip it over and hold it across the center right here like that. All right, I cannot find twine. Hold on. All right, so I got my twine. I think this is the way that I made mine before. So that's what you're going to do to make your bow. And I really should just be doing this flat, but my tripod will not, I cannot get it to angle any better than it is right now. So you're not really going to be able to see it well, but I'm just going to tie this off in the middle. Actually, it'd be really smart if you do it behind so you don't see where you're going to cut it off. Okay, that's kind of what I got. Kind of what I got. I'm laughing at myself. I know people are laughing at me. That's okay. That's okay. I'm the one on YouTube showing the world my areas I'm not very skilled at. So I think what I want to do is take an extra piece. All right, so what I'm going to do is just kind of roll this up And I think to hide my twine, I'm going to take my glue gun and just very carefully, because this is mesh, kind of line it right here and get it folded up a little bit. There we go. All right, and while that is now in place, and it's just a little strip, I'm going to go over to the back here, and I'm going, oh no, I'm not going to do anything. My glue stick was not in the thing, so it might not be hot enough, but I'm going to burn my fingers out in the process of, that's really hot. You know what? It looks like a bow, you guys. I'm going to do one of those big puffy fancy bows. I might just steal mine off my tree in my living room because this one looks so horrible. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to kind of cut out like a little V. I don't have regular scissors. I have these snippers because I don't know about you guys, but my scissors, I could put them behind a locked door and my kids will somehow, my little kids, find a way. Like, they end up all over the house, and every year I have to buy scissors. And I'm like, how? We have a homeschool room. How do I always have to buy scissors? I don't know. Maybe that made it look worse. And I'm just going to do the other side. Oh, my goodness, you guys. I'm like, you know, no wonder I've had these materials since May because I really don't know what I'm doing here. But you guys get the gist of it. And then those of you that are blessed with, like, really crafty talents, y'all can just make your own wreath. And I really think I just messed this one up. Oh my gosh, I totally did. I do not understand. Well, the good news is nobody's gonna take this off my door. And if it blows away in the wind, I'm sure they'll definitely not want to keep it. Anyway, there's my bow. There's my bow, you guys. It's not that bad. Okay, my glue gun, this is going to be disastrous because my glue gun is, if you saw what I'm doing to hold my tripod in place right now and how it's all about to fall down. Oh boy, okay. So now I'm going to hot glue this bow to the wreath here. All right, you guys, and now I'm just going to glue it. I don't know if I want to do it what just fell on my twine. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to adjust the flags a little bit, but I don't really know if I want the bow going downward or sideways, kind of at an angle. I think I'm kind of going to do it a little bit at an angle because that's actually the way the band of burlap right here fell into place. And I'm just going to get a bunch of hot glue on this. And I'm going to kind of press it into place. All right, well, I melted all my nail polish off and my skin. But anyway, you guys, this is so comical. I feel embarrassed, but you know what? Not many people would advertise their first time doing something on YouTube. So anyway, all right, this is my wreath. I do need to fix this burlap. I probably should have glued it a little bit more in the back, but everything's still intact. I haven't put it outside yet. The flags, I kind of want to readjust a little bit. I kind of wanted them angled, but I don't want them blocking the decor there. But that is, my daughter is so cute. She's like, that looks good, Mom, for your first wreath. So thank you, Brookie. All right, this is it, you guys. I'm going to show you the link so like you can actually see the correct way to do this. Like I said, I'm not really artistic, but I really love it. I love the simplicity of it. I love, like, it just looks summery, and for 4th of July, it just looks festive. Actually, for my first wreath, it really doesn't look that bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to look, but I think the wreath itself is misshapen. But like I said, I've had this since the end of May with the intentions of doing this video well before July. So sorry about that, you guys. Sometimes I just really can't find the time to get videos out that I have planned like I'd like to. But besides the fact it's misshapen, it could have been stepped on a few times. I don't know. I think it turned out pretty good. So let me know what you think in the comments below. And that is totally okay if you say, please don't ever do another crafty tutorial again. But gotta laugh sometimes at the things that we're not great at. I don't know what is with this stupid thing. My door handle keeps falling off. I think we need to get some things fixed around the house. Are you guys eating my sandals? Anyway, what you doing, buddy? All right, I don't even remember what time it is at this point. All I know is it's like after dinner cleanup, it's nighttime, it's late. The kids are actually already in bed for the night. So my guess is like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I don't know. I could see my oven barely in the video. So if you guys can tell what time it is, I don't know that, but it's late. And so I'm doing dinner cleanup, trying to get plants watered because we leave the next day in this video. And the main focus is the laundry room, and the kitchen. That's all I really care about because those are my two messiest rooms in my house all the time. They are my most used rooms in my home all the time. So if I can have a clean kitchen and a clean laundry room and laundry swapped so we all have laundry for the trip, that's what matters. And no, I didn't even pack at this point. Still need to pack later tonight. But anyway, this is a quick cinnamon roll recipe. I just had the card up, so skip back real quick if you want to write that down. But they're not like the best. I have like my go-to amazing cinnamon roll recipe, and then I have like my other really good cinnamon roll recipe. One is way more tedious and takes far more time to make, and then this one is my quickest cinnamon roll recipe. But I did tell everybody that I'd have a quick, easy, ready to grab breakfast done to have less of a complicating morning. So I figured I need to stay up and do laundry anyway and keep that cycling and a few other things around the house. So that is what I am working on. So to make this recipe, which of course I doubled, so the recipe card was just their original amount, what you're going to do is you're going to whisk the measurements of that flour, sugar, salt, and yeast together, and you're going to set it aside, and then you're going to heat up in the microwave the water, the milk, and the butter. And you're going to heat that up till it's melted. And then what I'm doing here is just mixing it together with a fork. And then you add in your eggs. And then you're going to knead it by hand. You can use a stand mixer. I use the bowl to my stand mixer, but I was just like, I'm just going to do it by hand, I guess. So you just need to knead it by hand for about 5 to 6 minutes, or 5 to 6 minutes with the stand mixer until it's no longer sticky. The dough is going to start out really sticky, but as you knead it over and over, I did not even add any flour. You're just going to keep kneading it and it will lose the stickiness. Form the dough into a ball, put it in the bowl, and cover and let it rest for 5 minutes. So I had a 5-minute window to kind of clean up my mess on the counter while I had the dough rising and resting for a few minutes. And at the time, I preheated my oven to 200 degrees. So no, it's not going to bake at 200 degrees, but that is the next step. So preheat your oven to 200 degrees, get your mess cleaned up, and then we are going to make the filling. For the filling, you're just going to take your softened butter. I actually melted mine, which worked out great. Honestly, I like to melt mine, and I'll show you why in a minute. But anyway, mix your cinnamon and brown sugar together for your filling, and then you're also going to be spreading your dough out roughly about 15 by 9-inch rectangle. Mine was a little bit over. I think mine was like 16 by 10 or something like that. It's not a big deal. Just roll it out into a rectangle. Once you have it rolled out to a rectangle, I just take that melted butter and spread it on, and it's going to kind of pool on top of the dough. That's totally fine. I personally like this method better than softened. And what I do is I sprinkle all the brown sugar and cinnamon mix all over the melted butter on the top. And then what I do is kind of just press it into place. And remember, I doubled it, so I'm only using half of that filling. That's why you only see me using half. And then I kind of press it in and it stays put because it kind of like absorbs and soaks into the melted butter and dissolves a little bit. And then I just roll it up. Everybody was sleeping at this point in the house because it's like a ridiculous, ungodly hour. So I usually use dental floss to separate my cinnamon rolls when I'm dividing and cutting slices. But I just grabbed one of my carving knives and decided to cut it with that. So instead of going upstairs and waking my husband up fishing around through our bathroom drawers for dental floss, I figured I'm just going to use my carving knife. So don't forget, I doubled this because we're a family of 10 and 9 cinnamon rolls is not enough for 10 people. So I am just doing the same thing with the second half of the dough and getting it rolled out and doing the same thing. But yeah, dental floss is definitely the way to go to cut these. But thankfully, like I said, I really like the melted butter because it really holds the filling in place. And I had absolutely no issues with any of the filling leaking out. You're going to cover it with plastic wrap or aluminum foil and put them in the 200-degree oven and let them rise inside of there for about 20 minutes. So while I was doing that, I just whipped up some homemade heavy whipping cream. I did not know I had heavy whipping cream in the fridge. Go figure. But as I was doing my icing, I realized, it's in the back, so I didn't have to make it myself. Anyway, while that's in the oven, I figure I'm going to swap laundry because I don't know about you guys, but laundry gets pretty easily out of control in our home if I don't keep up with it. So that is what I am trying to do here and just getting it swapped while I have about 20 minutes to kind of do other things while the cinnamon rolls are rising in the oven. So the never-ending cycle of laundry. And I swear if I miss a load or two in a day, it takes days to get caught back up. I have no clue why. But I honestly haven't even packed yet for our trip. And after this, I do that real quick. And then the next morning, I actually packed my stuff and my husband's because he didn't pack anything for himself. So I had to do that the next day. But as far as the kids' stuff, I was sure to finish all the laundry tonight so we could just go. So like I said, this was a very last minute trip. If I didn't even pack till the night before. My girls did their own stuff, thankfully themselves. But yeah, I had all the boys to pack for and Mike and I, and it was a very late night. We'll just leave it at that. And now I'm just trying to get dishes done and basically clean my mess as I go. I figured since I did such an easy grab and go breakfast, we can use paper plates. Like that is one of the reasons we have them on hand. Sometimes you just need the easiness, and I did not want to deal with any dishes in the morning, especially having to pack Mike and I's stuff the very next morning. Like I did not want one more thing on my plate. So I really try to clean my kitchen as I go. Otherwise, my kitchen, it'd be unrecognizable if I filmed it at like its bad states. It would be completely unrecognizable. And really, that all falls on my laziness. Do I clean as I go, or do I let everything pile up, walk away, and totally get sidetracked and forget it, and then come back to such a big mess that I'm so overwhelmed I don't know where to start? And that can easily happen, especially when you're using your kitchen multiple times a day to make multiple meals a day. So I am just filling the dishwasher. It wasn't even a full load worth, but I wanted no dishes to have to do in the morning and no dirty dishes, obviously, to come home to after we got back from our trip. So that is one tip I have for you guys. Clean as you go, put things away right after you're done using them. And that's it. That is like the best thing you can do to maintain a clean kitchen, is just clean as you go, clean as you use things, put things back where they go. So as I'm making my messes, because I'm going to make another mess, I'm going to use these same dishes that I'm washing to turn around and make my icing for the cinnamon rolls. So I'm just knocking out dishes so I have nothing left in the morning. So I just took the foil off, and my attempt at making my homemade whipping cream, I am just drizzling about a quarter cup of this over the top of the cinnamon rolls. It'll give them a really nice golden finish. And then I'm popping them back in a 375-degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. So I came in here to edit a video, and I see my dogs and cats, a couple of them, sleeping, passed out on the couch. Copper especially looked exceptionally cute. So I am up editing my video real quick while I'm waiting for the cinnamon roll timer to go off. It is now 2:41, and it is time to whip up our glaze while the cinnamon rolls cool for about 20 minutes. And I ended up finding heavy whipping cream right next to the the cream cheese that I got in the back of the fridge. So, and then here we go. I thought I edited this out. I didn't, but I can't now because it'll mess up all my voiceovers, and yeah, I can't do it now. So I'm going to leave that in. What is it with me always using the smallest containers when I have like a ridiculous amount of things to mix? I do that all the time. I don't know why. It's like I still have a dish to wash. Do I just not want a bigger dish to wash? I don't know. But now I'm just using a pot because I think all my mixing bowls are all in the dishwasher at this point. And I'm like, I am not washing another thing right now. So I gotta pot out, you guys, and I'm mixing my glaze, and we're going to get this spread on the cinnamon rolls. And by the time I'm done, this fiasco and all my mess that I created again on my counters, I just cleaned. Then the cinnamon rolls, as you can see, have cooled for about 20 minutes. So I'm just going to mix this up a little bit more and plop it right on top. And it just comes out so perfect. And it's so delicious, you guys. I have to say, give this recipe a try. It's not like the best of the best, but they're incredible, and they're way quicker than the majority of other cinnamon roll recipes out there that take hours and hours and hours to make. So after swapping some laundry, what I'm doing here is messing with my laptop because my screen blacked out, and I forgot to adjust my screen setting, and that means my portion of the video that I uploaded to my editor did not upload properly. So I had to re-upload it again. Part of editing your own videos, it really sucks, and it's very time consuming. But anyway, I have my laptop in here so I can pay closer attention to that and make sure my screen doesn't black out while I clean my counters and just kind of make sure we have a nice clean kitchen to wake up to, so we can make a mess in it again. Story of my life, and I'm pretty sure every other mom's life out there. final time this evening, just taking out these clothes. I will be folding them in the morning, which I usually don't like doing, but at this point, it's after 3:30 in the morning, so I'm kind of not caring. I just want to get the clothes that are on top of the dryer, put inside the dryer and get those drying and swap laundry for the last time before calling it a night. If you guys have made it to this point of the video, I greatly appreciate you choosing to spend your time hanging out with me, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe on your way out. I'll see you on the next video. Take care, and God bless. Okay, that did not work. Okay, I totally know what I am doing. Not really. What? I thought I secured that. I am just really not meant to do any type of crafting. What am I doing wrong here? Oh my goodness. Okay, so it kind of, you guys don't laugh. I think this is the first wreath I've ever made. I'm gonna look back on this and laugh. I hope I only get better with the years. Okay, so we kind of got, this is a little, all right, of course my light would shut off on me. That was really painful. I think that's like going to be stuck to my skin for a little bit. It's actually still really hot now. It won't come off. Oh, there we go. Okay, yep, that hurts.